Apiate explosion.
We are marking the 1 year of the Apiate explosion to express our unhappiness about the lack of transparency in relation to the reports of the Apiate fact-finding committee, and to remind government that issues of public safety are important issues for public discussion.
High Court in Tamale dismisses parliamentary election petition brought against the Member of Parliament for Savelugu constituency by the New Patriotic Party parliamentary candidate for the area.
The Savelugu elections have equally been declared in favor of the NDC parliamentary candidate who was declared by the Electoral Commission. So as we speak, this ruling does not affect anything happening in Parliament now. The numbers remain the same.
Also coming up, Marine Drive project put on hold due to lack of funds to continue the project.
Honorable Chairman, as we speak, there is no money in that account for the Marine Drive.
On January 2020,
and later, 12 others hospitalized after a bus ran into a stationary vehicle on the Kumasi-Ofinso highway. I'm grateful that you could choose us. Let's begin with the very first story. And human rights and environmental mining advocacy group WACAM has accused the government of not being transparent about the findings of the committee tasked to probe the circumstances that led to the Apiate explosion. The group says with the public interest the incident has garnered, the government should make the report public. Citi News' Kennedy Chumesi has more in the following report, read to you by Ni Ayukwe Okain.
On January 20, 2022, a Maxam Ghana Limited vehicle conveying explosives to Chirano Mining Company in the western north region of Ghana exploded at Apiate, a community in Prestia Huni Valley municipality of the western region. On that Black Thursday, the explosion of the 10-ton dynamite left about 1,000 residents injured. The video shows blown houses and debris scattered across the ground. Several lifeless bodies, some dismembered, are visible and testify to the violence of the explosion. Some of the survivors of the tragedy in Apiate are still fighting for their lives in the hospital, while others now live with permanent disabilities. The Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources launched the Apiate Endowment Fund to support people affected by the explosion.
We have 106 different housing types going on out of 124. At the moment, we are above 30% completion, and we expect that by June 5th, we should complete the entire project and then hand over.
The state's resolve to rebuild the city is currently ongoing. According to the consultant of the project, the reconstruction of the city will be completed in June 2023. The government gave Maxam a $1 million administrative fine for breaching regulations and imposed a $5 million fee for damages. To find out the cause of the explosion, the government set up a 3-member committee to investigate the circumstances that led to the explosion. However, even though the report was finalized and submitted, it has not been made public yet. This development has received criticism from key stakeholders, including human rights and environmental mining advocacy group WACAM. They accuse the government of not being transparent with the findings of the committee, hence the need to make the report public.
We are aware that the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources constituted a fact-finding committee and the report has been submitted, but it has not been made public. This is of serious concern because the Apiate explosion is of major public interest. We are marking the 1-year pain of the people of Apiate, some of whom continue to live in tents and on the charity of benevolent people without knowing when they will be restored to their previous life of dignity and social cohesion. We are marking the 1 year of the Apiate explosion to express our unhappiness about the lack of transparency in relation to the reports of the Apiate Fact-Finding Committee, and to remind government that issues of public safety are important issues for public discussions.
January 20 marks the 1-year anniversary of the explosion. The explosion seared the air and the community in a way that left them bereft of life. To avoid such incidents, the Executive Director of WACAM, Daniel Owusu, wants the government to use the incident as a yardstick to ensure that the weaknesses in our mining regulations are resolved.
It is important that we use the Apiate explosion to look at the weakness in our mining regulations, enforcement lapses, and the strength of our laws to hold the state to address the negative effects of the actions and inactions of mining companies and those that provide ancillary services to the mining companies. We should ensure that the Apiate explosion is not treated as one of the serious occurrences relating to public safety in our country that are met with heightened enthusiasm but easily die off with time.
For Hannah Owusu Cranton, a member of the group, perpetrators must be dealt with severely.
Quickly, the first 2 days, there was a disclaimer that yes, we are not liable. And so they are not liable. And then we look on. And then people are suffering. People will continue to suffer till they die. Some children would lose their education because of this accident. So is government not concerned that the situation today, Ghana, where we don't even know what to eat because of high cost of living, high cost of fuel, high cost of this. Yes, COVID came. I know that COVID created problems for us. Yes, I know that the Ukraine and Russia war is creating hardships. And that is why, as a state, every penny should count. Why is government not holding the company or companies accountable? And as citizens, especially the media, what will be our role to make sure that we demand accountability from our government on some of these issues?
We do more stories, and the Ministry of Tourism says there is no money in the Marine Drive project account to continue the project. The 2020 Auditor General's report said an amount of 387,106 Ghana cedis was misapplied and recommended a refund to the project account. But speaking at the Public Accounts Committee meeting, the Chief Director of the Ministry of Tourism, John Yao Adbeko, says work on the project, which is currently under the supervision of the Presidency, is progressively slowly as a result of the situation. Citi News' parliamentary correspondent Ni Ayikwe Okine has been following the story and comes through with this report. Ni Ayikwe, what more can you tell us in this report?
The 2020 Auditor General's report actually indicated that over 300,000 Ghana cedis meant for the Marine Drive project was misapplied and recommended the money be refunded into the account. But during proceedings on Friday by the Public Accounts Committee, officials of the Ministry of Tourism who appeared before the committee indicated that the fund has not yet been refunded into the accounts, and more so, work on the project is progressing slowly because there is no money for the project.
What is the status of the Marine Drive account?
Honorable Chairman, as we speak, there is no money in that account for the Marine Drive.
Where is the money? The Marine Drive account money, where is it?
I'm afraid, Honorable, I wouldn't be able to.
So, what is the status of the Marine Drive project? Has something been done about it? Whether work is ongoing, whether it's 99% complete or 2% complete, you should have an idea.
Honorable Chair, the works under the Marine Drive project are progressing very, very slowly. Very, very slowly. And there isn't much progress report to be given now. Thank you.
The committee was also alarmed about the payments of over 7 million Ghana cedis for the Edu Lodge guest house, which was supposed to have cost 1.4 million Ghana cedis in 2007. This is because the project was abandoned by the contractor in 2008.
Now we are talking about undue delay in execution of a project. This started in 2007 at the contract price of 1.4 million. And this was reviewed in 2017, in 2019. This was revised to 7.9 million Ghana cedis. And they had paid about 90% of the contract when this hasn't been completed. What is the status of this Edu Lodge guest house?
The Edu Lodge project was handed over to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration by the contractor on 29th October 2021.
But this took 13 years to be completed.
Yes, Mr. Chair, the problem with that was that the contractor at some points was not well. He fell ill, and it delayed the continuation of the project for a while.
So a project that was supposed to cost 1.4 million, we ended up paying over 7.9 million, and just because we couldn't we have abrogated the contract and awarded it to somebody else?
The project was awarded in 2007, but I think it was abandoned just after 2008. So between 2008 to about 8 years or so, it was abandoned. Then it was resurrected somewhere in 2017. Hence the revaluation. Obviously, a contract that was awarded 7 years back would naturally would not be gone for that 1 million or so that it was awarded.
Somebody who validly entered into a contract with the state and cannot deliver, what were the terms of the contract? What were the terms of the original contract that when a contracting party cannot deliver because of some cause, some factor, you couldn't terminate to re-award to another? We have to wait for 11 years for somebody to get well in order to deliver on a contract.
Concerns were raised about the use of $2.8 million, 1.79 euros, for the payment of rent for home-based staff of 21 missions abroad.
You have 21 missions.
Yes, please.
That were cited.
Yes, please.
How many of those have you been able to acquire? I mean, when you are paying rent of $250,000
yes, sir,
per year, you could probably get a mortgage.
Yes, sir.
And pay far less than that.
Yes, sir.
And within maybe 10, 15, 20, 30 years, it will be our property.
Yes, sir.
How many of these have you purchased, or you've gotten mortgages or something? The 21 missions.
So the issue is not for want of trying. I can take, for instance, the example of Switzerland, where we had a mission there for over 50 years, and it was only recently that we were able to acquire the property.
Sir, please. You have 21 missions.
Yes, sir.
How many of these have you acquired the properties, or maybe gotten a mortgage for that? Look at number 20 at Abu Dhabi. We are paying 861,000 euros a year. That's a rental accommodation for 9 home-based staff.
So
Now, let me ask the question again,
Yes, please. Yes.
How many of these missions, 21 missions, have we acquired these properties instead of paying rent?
Mr. Chair, I'm trying to answer the question, but I think in doing so, we are looking at whether it's been possible for us to do so over the years. And we did acquire a 50 million Societe Generale facility, and we employed a 50 million Societe Generale facility to the best of our ability. It was not able to cater for the 21 missions. We did our very best with the 21, with the facilities.
The Northern Development Authority also appeared before the committee, and officials indicated that they are yet to retrieve an amount of over 2 million Ghana cedis of debt accrued as a result of the sale of over 2,000 tricycles to farmers within its jurisdiction. The officials also indicated that they are engaging the services of debt collection firm to ensure that the fund is retrieved.
2,037 tricycles valued at 7,121,000 were sold on credit, contrary to the board's directives. The authority was able to recover only 4,745,000, leaving a difference of 2,375,900 Ghana cedis. The auditors recommend that the Chief Executive Officer should recover the debt of 2,375,900 from the beneficiaries. Have you done so?
The total recovery we have made is 185,000 Ghana cedis, with an outstanding balance of 2,190,000. We have, however, had conversations with those who owe, and then they are willing to pay and have presented a payment plan. The board that was just inaugurated also had some conversations with them. Even as we sit here, there's a planned meeting of the board's committee on audit and finance to meet them on the 24th of January to have further discussions on this. The other thing we are considering is, which we've already initiated the process, is to engage a debt collection company to go after these debtors to redeem the outstanding debt.
Sittings of the committee has been adjourned to 30th January 2023. Reporting from Parliament, my name is Ni Ayukwe Okain for Citi News.
Now, 2 persons have been confirmed dead, while 12 others are hospitalized after a bus ran into a stationary vehicle on the Kumasi-Ofinso Highway. Now, a Kia Grandbird bus with registration number WR62117, which was traveling from Zabela to Kumasi, ran into a faulty articulated truck with registration number AS1756X, parked on the shoulders of the road at Denase, close to Kodie. Citi News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
A man who lives close to the accident scene narrated what he witnessed.
45 minutes with the shop, and I'm done a planning chain. The cab is Wessie, assessing a quantum hall. And the one said, Cabbage pine. Planning am timani, no say no plan. A branchy, Nipa to see. Woman would give wood, the timania. Woman who by Lomfa, or my drabble time. Nipa, and I will get the cannon. You plan a job, she canum, a wife. As she met in it, dear, said you condemn. Woman to Timony, Yame, and a safe food. A fashion. Tim for be crying in the bar. Safi for Obenya nkwa metem ba kwesi awu a sheka na ase akwa na twako no ya frafo for no before fast set no mu bae asana wo mu ba beba yi no ni na me wo ha ma dwom nie aha na me wo.
The two unidentified male adults between the ages of 33 and 40 years died on the spot. 12 other passengers in the bus are currently on admission at the St. Patrick Hospital at Offenso.
We received 12 patients, even though there are more than that, but the cases were so severe that we referred some, and some didn't come here at all. So currently we have 12. We have 9 who are critical, that is deep lacerations and fracture. We have 3 that are stable. Responding to treatment.
And what's the condition of those on admission now?
Currently, they are all stable. They are responding to treatment.
Relatives of the victims rushed to the hospital upon hearing the news.
Me blano frame anura nyimre se wasimo zebla a oba. Ti anopa ebo be 5:30. Amese me frɛ na fese bebi a wadu. Me frɛ no anya no na efa ye, obi na efa ye. Ame busa ni pa kron se me blano wan. Ana se bebi o da no. Edi. Amese die na esi ya. Ana wo se o mo ba no accident esi ye. Nti me blano de me ne entimi enkasa. Ana me busa se okuro me so ono so wa ntimi anhu kuro no di ankyerɛ me. Nti akire na me sa frɛ fese se o mo yere wo se o mo de o mo aba hospital. Na me so o ma me ne nurse ni nkasa. Na me hu hospital kro. Na me ne nurse ni nkasa ye. Na nurse ni ka kyerɛ me se o mo de o mo aba Afenso hospital. Na me so okay. Nti wo fa he na wo kyerɛkyerɛ me mu a o hwa na me ba ka etia e be fra Office ka e ba ye. Nti me ba ye na ampa wa bu ne nan abu ana ne ti ana no kon so no so ontimi enchimi no kon ho. Me ba ye de o mo de baneja abaneji ne nan no ana o mo de prasa so ataretare ti no.
Me ba ye so ma hu ba no se de ye. Se de ye. Yeah. So one opera kakara.
The vehicles have been towed to the Kodia police station. The bodies of the deceased have also been deposited at the morgue for identification. The remaining passengers, however, managed to continue the journey. The injured who have been admitted here at the St. Patrick's Hospital at Offenso are responding to treatment according to health workers here. Police at Kodia are also continuing investigation into the incident. Hafiz Tijani, Citi News, Ashanti Region.
We do more stories now, and the police service says it has remanded Patrick Asiedu, also known as Dr. Patrick Asiedu, into police custody. Police on Wednesday, January 18, 2023, arrested him for accusing police officers of deliberately planting narcotics in his vehicle in a bid to extort money from him. In an audio tape, he introduced himself as Dr. Patrick Asiedu and claimed he was exonerated by only by a fingerprint test and his brother, who is a soldier. The police say the supposed military intervention and the alleged fight between the police officers and the military, described in such dramatic detail in an audio tape, are all false and a figment of the suspect's imagination. He's, however, expected to reappear before the court on the 31st of January 2023. Now let's head to the courts, because the Member of Parliament for Savalugu constituency by the NPP parliamentary candidate for the area, Mohammed Abdul Somed Guno, after the Electoral Commission declared NDC's Abdul Jacob Idrisu as the winner of the constituency in the 2020 general election. The NPP parliamentary candidate filed a petition to protest the results.
There was an unusual tight security at the Judicial Service Department where the Tamale High Court is located. The presence of the security personnel was as a consequence of the parliamentary election petition hearing at the Tamale High Court, where Friday, January 20, had been scheduled as day of judgment. The 2020 parliamentary result of the Savalugu constituency has been in contention after an Electoral Commission official was caught casting his vote at one of the centers leading to some disturbances and the death of one person. This led to a petition by the 2020 parliamentary candidate of the NPP, Abdul Samad Gunu, at the High Court. The petitioner claimed that the election, which saw the NP emerging as the winner, was fraught with irregularities, overvoting among others, and thus prayed the court to annul the results. After 2 years of hearing, the High Court in Tamale has affirmed the election of the NP-elect, stating that issues raised by the petitioner to annul the vote at some polling stations due to overvoting is inconsequential to the results declared. According to the judge, Justice Daniel Obing, the evidence presented before the court only showed administrative errors and not overvoting, hence, the results cannot be annulled. Mohammed Abdul Salam stood in for the second respondent, Abdul Jacob Idrisu, and spoke to the media after the ruling.
The Savulugu elections have equally been declared in favor of the NDC parliamentary candidate who was declared by the Electoral Commission. So as we speak, this ruling does not affect anything happening in Parliament now. The numbers remain the same. We have our Savulugu seat, they have their Zabzugu seat. We are satisfied with the outcome. There's no need to extend any further long processes as far as this is concerned. We don't intend to appeal against the ruling. We are satisfied with the outcome.
The court has therefore ordered the petitioner to pay an amount of 40,000 Ghana cedis and 20,000 Ghana cedis to the elected Member of Parliament and the Electoral Commission respectively. The Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, Haruna Mohammed, has been speaking on the next action the party will take.
So there was an admission. We did a case in court and we got it. The judge also indicated that the criminal case that was done by the ballot issuer would not be reflected in the parliamentary, but we have proved the case that there was a criminal case. The MPP and the lawyers, we will pursue another criminal case that all of you know, because it was through the media we got to realize that there were unlicensed guns that were in the possession of the Member of Parliament elect as declared today, and the MPP will proceed on that. So we came to court and we were able to stand on 3 things, and the judge confirmed for that one. But for Zabzugu, the NDC did not stand on any case. It was summarily dismissed.
In a related development, a petition filed by the Zabzugu NDC 2020 parliamentary candidate Omar Alassane against the elected Member of Parliament John Binab Jabab of the constituency after he was declared winner of the 2022 parliamentary elections has also been dismissed by the courts.
My opponent didn't understand like I did in 2016. Even though the margin between him and myself in 2016 was so small, I clearly understood that the people wanted a change and gave up. But he didn't do that. And he decided to exercise his democratic right, which he did. Today the court has spoken. I thank the court. I thank the very good people of Zabzugu constituency for giving me that opportunity again to come back and serve them, which I am doing.
You're still watching the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV. My name is Kweku Ediama Ansa. Still to come. There is uneasiness in the investor community as government unilaterally rolls over matured cocoa bills. We have details of this and other stories all coming up shortly. Kindly stay with me.
Can become a household.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Euroflip, a real estate gaming platform that allows you to play and stand a chance of winning a house or cash or consolidated prizes, such as savings towards a house. Simple and easy to play. Visit www.yugoflip.com. Buy a ticket to enter the game. Wait for the end of the game to enjoy the win. Anyone can win. Flip it or own it. Yugoflip. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Play responsibly, not for persons below 18 years, and gaming can be addictive.
Ogwaman, yenzinyo, imberna subio, Osaberma Royal Awards. Ogwaman hin Osaberma Kwisata II, Yina Himfu. Boban Krankru Nijumukua, Wabo Mozen Wogwaman Monabaldo. Various categories and honorees will be bestowed to deserving individuals and businesses. Date, Saturday 21st January 2023. Time, 11 a.m. Ogwaimin Maza Hinfi, Bezudu Papa, Omambapa, Yenina Yenshia Noya Humka, or Sunday, Oponwa, Chadafi. Osaberma Royal Awards is powered by Ridge Royal Hotel. For sponsorship details, call 059-6050-600. Osaberma Royal Awards. Our people, our resources, our business. Thank you, Ogwa.
A great journey lies ahead of us all, and we all have different paths carved out for us. No matter who you are and the path you're on, make sure you choose a partner you can trust, a partner with integrity who will always give you the support you need when you need it. No matter what you do and where you are in your journey in life, you are very significant, and so is the path you're on. Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG, cherishes financial security as much as you do and shares the same values as you. That is why we are the right financial partner to stand with you. We are now one of the largest banks in Ghana, and we are ready to partner and work with you. CBG, we stand with you.
You're welcome back to the Citi Newsroom with me, Kweku Ediama Ansa. Now, Citi News has learned that there is some uneasiness among the investor community. This is due to information that the government has rolled over cocoa bills that matured on Thursday, January 19, 2023, without the permission of investors. According to Citi News sources, though the central bank credited the accounts of the banks and customers on Thursday, January 19, some customers, as at Friday, January 20, realized that their accounts were quickly debited without their consent. According to the investors who spoke anonymously to Citi News, the government has automatically rolled on Thursday, January 19, without their consent. Cocoa bills are specialized short-term instruments issued to support the purchases cocoa during the crop season. These are normally 91 days and 182 days tenor. For this specific one, the investors said the affected cocoa bill was issued in July last year and were at a yield of 30.78% and 27%. For them, the move will dampen confidence in government assets in the future. It is uncertain why the bills were automatically rolled over, because cocoa bills and treasury bills have been exempted from the government's domestic debt exchange program. Citi News will bring you updates on this issue in a subsequent bulletin. We turn our attention to some politics now, and the Volta regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Makafui Wanya, has called out on the national secretary of the NDC, Fifi Fiafi Kwete, for engaging in what he calls tribal bigotry. Fifi Kwete, during a recent retreat of the NDC party executives in the Volta region, called on indigents of the region to consider the NDC as a religion. Now, in a rebuttal to that, the NPP says the NDC lacks the moral right to even demand votes from the people of the Volta region. There's more in this report by my colleague Benjamin Aklama, who has been following this for us. Benjamin, please tell us more.
The National Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Fifi Fiafi Kwete, during a recent retreat of the NDC executives in the Volta region held in Juje, asked the people of the Volta region to consider the NDC as a religion. He says, considering the political history of the region and the history of the NDC, the two are inseparable. Citing examples from other parts of the world, Fifi Kwete says that it must not be a shame for anybody of the Volta region to call the NDC their bona fide property.
This is who we are. And there's nothing shameful about it. Somehow people makes it look as if it's wrong for us, Volta people, to take the NDC as a religion. There's nothing shameful about it. You go to America today, if you go to New York State, the Democratic Party is like a religion. Through rain or shine, that's the Democratic Party. You go to California, the same. You go to places where the Republicans are, it's the same. There's nothing wrong with it. You talk to some of our young people from Volta, they think it's something of pride to say, yeah, for us, we are not like our fathers and uncles. We believe that we should not continue believing it. They think it's something of pride. There's nothing wrong holding to the foundations that are the clear foundations that have built our country. This party may not be a perfect party. It may not be a party that has always delivered every single thing that is written about. And it is our responsibility to make sure we stay and make it better.
The NPP in the Volta region, in a sharp rebuttal, says that the NDC has not done enough to deserve the unalloyed love of the people of the Volta region.
His claim that the Volta region is the birthplace of the NDC is false and groundless. It is a desperate appeal to tribal sentiment and dangerous politics. There is nothing Volta or Ewe about NDC. The Volta region has never been part of the strategic consideration of the NDC in their national leadership. The region is only relevant as far as it serves as a reservoir of votes, World Bank so-called. His appeal to the Volta region to accept the NDC as a religion is groundless and outlived. Our old folks might have been caught up in some baseless and unavoidable tribal sentiment fueled by propaganda in the past. But our youth today are wide awake and very discerning.
The chairman of the NPP in the Volta region, Mr. Makafui Wanya, took the opportunity to list a litany of developmental projects undertaken by the NPP in the Volta region. He also argued that the people of the Volta region have grown beyond what he says is tribal bigotry and now being developmentally oriented, considering what occurred in Hokwe during the 2020 general elections.
The people of Hokwe constituency in particular have demonstrated to the NDC that they identify with politics of development and improvement of lives and not politics of propaganda and religious attachment. The NDC should brace itself up for further deterioration of their fortunes as the government of the New Patriotic Party continues its massive infrastructure development projects in all spheres of our national life and pursuit of policies and social interventions across the country and the Volta region in particular. The Volta region, just like any other parts of Ghana, are beneficiaries of many policies and social interventions by the NPP government. For example, the free SHS policy affects families and households in the Volta region as well as the entire country. The LEAD program affects lives in the Volta region as well. The Ghana School Feeding Program benefits and affects lives in the Volta region so much. Restoration of allowances of nursing and training teacher trainings have all affected lives and students positively in the Volta region as well.
Political debate in the Volta region is fast becoming one of loyalty and development, and the contest is between the NPP and the NDC, the two leading political parties in Ghana. It's worth noting that the NPP seems to be making a lot of political gains in the Volta region, especially with what was observed in the Hohwe constituency in the 2020 general elections. We wait to see what happens next. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Benjamin Akalama.
Now from the Volta region, let me bring you to the Greater Accra region, because the St. Thomas Catholic Church at the University of Ghana is debunking claims that the premises have been turned into a shelter for some stranded students. In an interview with Citi News on Tuesday, a student claimed he slept in a washroom of the Catholic Church after he was denied entry into the Commonwealth Hall. Management of the University of Ghana, as part of measures to clamp down on the spate of clashes among students, instituted a new accommodation policy. Now, the policy will have male continuing students of Mensa Saba and Commonwealth halls reassigned to other halls of residence. However, reacting to concerns of some affected students, Father William Abeku Apre, chaplain at the St. Thomas Catholic Church at the University of Ghana, says the claim that students are using washrooms of the church as accommodation is untrue and must be disregarded. There is more in the following report.
On a Thursday night, we didn't get anywhere to sleep, to be honest. So we entered into Legon Hall, and then we went to one room. There were people not there, so we told, it was just one person. So we just told the we want to spend the night here, and then we'll see what to do from tomorrow onwards. So we slept there, and then the next day woke up and we left. Friday night, we didn't get a place to sleep. We were planning to come and sleep at Barritas, but it didn't work out because they changed us, the security men. So we ran through the bush and went to the Catholic Church, the washroom over there. We went there and we were sitting in the washroom, we were talking, trying to know where we sleep. We didn't get anywhere, so we slept in the washroom, in the toilet. Yes, we slept there. Yes, we slept in the washroom. We were sitting on the toilet. It wasn't working out, so we slept on the floor. Yeah, woke up around 5 to 5:30, and then we left.
That was an affected Commonwealth Hall student expressing concerns over the new accommodation policy by management of the University of Ghana. According to him, due to frustration, he was forced to sleep at the washroom of the St. Thomas Catholic Church located on the university campus. However, management of the Catholic Church say the claim is unfounded. Father William Abeku Apre is the chaplain for the church.
The Catholic Church compound, as you can see, you've gone around to see the place. In addition to the two other churches next to us, the Legon Interdenominational Church and the Anglican Church, the whole enclave is a non-residential area. So even we, the ministers, we don't stay here. We don't sleep here. I sleep somewhere else. So that is the nature as far as the university is concerned about this enclave. So for a student who is stranded for the accommodation reasons and is looking for a place to sleep, if the person should come to the Catholic Church compound, there are several places the person can sleep without even anybody noticing. One typical place I can say is this parish hall, which is under, or somebody who is stranded who comes to the Catholic Church compound. That is the closest possibility to a place that the person can lay his head. But for the person to say he went all the way to the back to use our washroom, that is not possible. I don't think that is possible. That is a story that is true.
The Catholic Church wants a probe to be conducted into the said claims to establish the truth of the matter. Meanwhile, a visit to the Commonwealth Hall on Friday showed security personnel are still at the premises to prevent continuing students from accessing the hall. The new accommodation policy is one of a number of measures that have been implemented by management of the institution to clamp down on further clashes among students. Now, the Lands and Natural Resources Ministry, as part of its renewed effort to fight the destructive illegal mining and formalize the small-scale mining sector, will, in the next 6 months, introduce 3 high-speed Diamond DA-42 aircraft for surveillance. Now, a Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, George Mrikuduka, who is the chairman of the recently established Joint Committee, during an inspection of the aircraft at the Takoradi Air Force Base, said this would be a collaboration with the Ghana Air Force and the Ghana Chamber of Commerce, who are expected to pay for the refitting of the aircraft at a cost of €700,000 before they are deployed. Citi News' Akwesi Ajayanim has more from Takoradi.
The Lands and Natural Resources Ministry, despite introducing numerous measures to formalize the small-scale gold mining sector, is yet to win the fight against galamsey, responsible for the destruction of the environment and pollution of major river bodies, which in turn has affected water for treatment. It is to intensify surveillance on galamsey that the Lands Ministry is collaborating with the Ghana Air Force and the Chamber of Mines to retrofit these aircrafts at a cost of €700,000 and deploy them within 6 months. The Diamond DA-42 aircrafts were delivered in 2011, originally for offshore surveillance, but has over the period developed faults with the communication and surveillance softwares. Briefing the Deputy Minister during an inspection at the Takoradi Air Force Base, WO2 Huga Charles, who is an aircraft technician, explained the capabilities of the aircraft.
One unique thing about this aircraft is that these aircraft are very efficient, and then they are very stable in the air. At the same time, they are very economical in terms of fuel consumption and parts. And I can assure you, if all these servicing are done on the aircraft, it will be able to come back live and perform its full operation without any problem.
George Mrikuduka, after inspecting the aircraft, said the government's current flagship policy of oil for gold can only be sustained after a formalized small-scale gold mining sector. Hence, the Lands Ministry will keep up the fight till the sector is formalized.
His Excellency the President is so determined in fighting the canker on us that we've termed as galamsey. And it is on that premise that we've gathered here this morning to inspect special aircraft that could be used in fighting this galamsey menace. And fortunately for us, due to the collaboration that the ministry has with that of the chamber, we have come together to restore this special aircraft to assist in fighting the galamsey. As I speak with you, we are forceful as a government, making sure we embark on what we call oil for gold or gold for oil. And if we're going to vigorously embark on that journey, then we must have a regularized industry.
The Deputy Lands Minister assured that the Chamber of Mines is ready to bear the cost and get them deployed in 6 months.
The estimate that we have received is about €700,000. And if that is pushed, it could refurbish all these aircraft. If I say chamber, I mean the mining companies that have come together to form a chamber. We anticipating that they will take up the cost and use it to monitor the activities of the field and also help in checking the galamsey canker.
This is still the Citi Newsroom here on Citi TV, still to come. Some Ghanaians expressed mixed reactions about the introduction of the HIV/AIDS self-test kit. We have details coming up shortly. Please do stay.
Today he has been extra sweet, and the way he looks at me.
I have done everything by the book. It's on. Hey, but I have to get some condoms, Charlie.
Using a condom will protect you and your partner from HIV, STIs, and unplanned pregnancy. Condoms are an effective way for protection against HIV infection. Don't take risks. Use a condom every time. Always come prepared.
This advert is brought to you by the Ghana AIDS Commission and Ghana Health Service. This is the neighborhood I'm having my twins.
The very reason why I took it for us. See, the price is very good and it's spacious to contain all of us.
Alphabet City. Now I'm a landlord. I don't pay rent. And my Airbnb business is booming.
To me, Pamini, bank and I'm not say Alphabet City. The pension pay me 20%. The payment plan, I want to share my man. Just say, very smooth.
This is a healthy place to raise our families and creating peace. Come on, be my neighbor.
Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Alphabet City is a classy and peaceful gated community in Sakumono. We have 24/7 top-notch security and high-quality access roads. We have 3 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, 3 bedrooms and 3 washrooms with boys' quarters. We have 3 bedrooms and 4 washrooms. We have 2 bedrooms and 2 washrooms, all with beautiful kitchens and kitchenettes. Call Alphabet City on 0240-111119 or 050-44-99999. Alphabet City, the ABC of Home Sweet Home.
Pepsodent is aware that globally, 1 in 2 children suffer from cavities. That's why by giving her Pepsodent, you're not only protecting her teeth, but also helping her grow up and thrive at every stage of her life with a healthy and confident smile, so she can succeed and achieve all of her dreams. Because every smile matters.
You're welcome back to the City Newsroom. Let's do more stories now. And some Ghanaians have expressed mixed reactions about the introduction of the HIV/AIDS self-test kit. The National AIDS and STI Control Program of the Ghana Health Service intends to launch the kit in March and will make it available in pharmacies and health centers. The following report filed by Daniel Ojo has more. Statistics from the National AIDS Control Program indicates that from January to June last year, Ghana recorded 23,495 new HIV cases with a total of 4,655 infants who were screened through the DNA PCR. Only 99 tested positive. According to the Ghana AIDS Commission, while high-risk behaviors had been increasingly pervasive in the Ghanaian society, prevention protocols were least respected by individual Ghanaians.
The Commission noted that these behaviors have sustained high number of new infections, averaging 21,000 annually over the last 5 years. It is in this light that the government intends to introduce the HIV/AIDS self-test kit to curb the spread. City News team sampled the views of a section of the public regarding the kit. Ibrahim Seidu, a fabricator, expressed mistrust about the kit and says he will prefer to go to the hospital than to purchase the kit.
The best thing is like you have to go to the hospital, then maybe test it from there, because sometimes the testers, the HIV test this time, we bought it at the pharmacy. Sometimes some of them fails. So to me, the best thing is to go to the hospital and do the test over there.
You know, the government should do like this, education should go on about how and what and how to go about it. I think it will help, because a lot of people might be going on with this thing. They themselves, they don't know. And there will be some people that don't have it. So it's like people are at risk. But if they introduce this thing and then everybody can go and have this test done, I think it will stabilize everything and the rates and everything will come down.
When it's been introduced to the pharmacies, most of the community pharmacies have personal relationships with their customers, and with that they will be okay and feel free.
And that's it for today's edition of the City Newsroom on Citi TV. Our website, citynewsroom.com, has more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Citi TV. You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and on GoTV channel 182. My name is Kweku Ediama, and so many thanks for your company.